Yo, what's up, guys? It's Andrew from travelingguitarist.com. Today I'm talking to you about guitar nuts and whether or not they're universal. So this is going to be a short video today because the answer is pretty simple. Yeah, guitar nuts are universal. However, there are some differences in terms of the design and also the construction of them. So for instance, you have bone, ivory, ebony, brass, plastic, etc., etc. But anyway, for the most part, in terms of what people are talking about when they ask about guitar nuts, they want to know whether or not they're universal. They're usually referring to standard nuts, which kind of look like that, or they look like what's shown in this picture here. Although the caption kind of gets rid of it. But there's different kind of nuts as well. Like you have like a standard nut, a 0 fret, and what's the other kinds? Also like locking nuts, which are a lot different. But for the most part, nuts are universal, especially if you're changing one on an acoustic guitar, or you just have a standard nut on your PRS or your your Epiphone or whatever you got. Usually they're all pretty similar, but however they will typically need some modification. But they are universal. Like it's not like you're gonna buy it and it's gonna be horrendously off balance or or what have you. But anyway, yeah. So it may take a little bit of modification, especially if you use thicker string gauges and you need to file out the slots. In that case, I would just say take it to a luthier. If you're going to go up to, let's say, 10 to 52s string gauges, which are very heavy strings, you're going to need to file out these slots a little bit more. But yeah, in terms of the tools that you need to do this, you need gauge saws, so saws that are a specific thickness and depth, and fine sandpaper, radius gauges, files, string action gauge, and wood glues. So for that reason, that's why I suggest taking it to a luthier, because you're going to need quite a bit of gear to make these modifications. You'll probably also need a heat gun as well, because you have to. Usually the nuts are fastened on with glue, so if you just put a heat gun on it, and it'll come off. But yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. Like they are universal. If you buy a nut, it's probably going to work for your guitar, unless you're using something like if you have a Floyd Rose tremolo system, and then in that case it's going to be a locking nut, so it's going to be different. It's going to be quite a bit different. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say about it. That's just the answer to the question. You feel me? So yeah, that's it, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, peace.